Hi Libra, welcome to your September Tarotscope with me, Raphael from Reydiant.reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. So if you haven't already, please don't forget to like, share and subscribe to the channel. It would mean the absolute world. Also, if you would like to book a personal tarot reading with me, you can do so on the email address below. So with that said, I would like to bless all of these decks with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity and abundance, and I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise and they help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. As you can see, I'm doing things slightly different. You guys know I like to keep growing, I like to keep changing and evolving, and I believe in forward progression. And the way that I choose to do things is by growing, is by evolving. So I'm doing a new spread, new way of doing things. Let me know if you like it. Let me know if you feel like there's anything you'd like more or less of. So your actions and your interactions with the world at large this month. You get the 8 of Cups. So this is great. You know, it's not a great experience, but it's great because it means that this month you're actually being able to move past something. Anything that has put you in a situation where you've had your feelings hurt, where somebody has kind of misled you in some way. That's the words that I'm hearing. And it's kind of like this month you're walking away from it. You're really saying to yourself, do you know what? I am able to transcend this experience. I am able to move past this. Now, Libra, you guys are all about mediation. You're all about, you know, working for the greater good. You're all about helping other people, seeing other people's viewpoints. Of late though, and quite bloody rightly so, you guys have really been coming into your own. You've really been moving into a space where you're more about yourselves, more self-caring, more self-preservation, or more self-understanding, and you're actually letting loose a bit more, you know, on what's going to bring more fun and creativity into your life, which is beautiful. However, it's kind of like the feeling that I'm getting is this month you're walking away from a disappointment, but you're also acknowledging where other people are human, and you're also kind of saying to yourself, right, okay, you know what, I choose to move beyond that experience. I choose to transcend that experience. So this month you're kind of saying, you know what, you might have hurt me, you might have misled me, you might have even openly lied to me, and that's made me feel some kind of way. But you know what, not only am I not going to hold on to it, but I'm actually going to release it. I'm going to transcend that experience. And by doing that, by saying to yourself, you know what, I'm not hanging on to that, you actually address the emotional imbalance of the 8 of Cups. So the 8 of Cups, you can see there, it's got 7 cups. And the 8th cup, the theory is that the 8th cup is missing because that's the, you know, if you've got 3 and 4, that's actually 7, so there's 1 technically missing. It's not that it's missing, it's actually, I believe he's taken that cup with him. The figure has taken that cup and he's saying, right, okay, you know what, I'm going to protect this part of myself, and in doing so you transcend the experience. It's like this month you're actually saying to yourself, do you know what, I'm going to move beyond that. It's made me feel a certain way, but I'm not going to hang on to that. What I'm going to hang on to is who I am, what I'm about, what my personal mission statement is. And therefore, I'm going to transcend the experience that I would have had if I held on to somebody else's crap. And let's be honest, 9 times out of 10, the reason people either do us a wrong or, you know, is either because of their own shit or because they genuinely didn't really know any better. They didn't realize what they were doing. You know, that's rarer than I would like to see, I guess, is what I mean. You know, unfortunately, that's not always the case. But in this case, whatever it is, you understand that. And this month, you're going to transcend it. You're going to walk past it and move past it and say to yourself, do you know what? I choose to be more gainful in my experience. And by doing so, you open yourself up to brand new, exciting vistas of feelings. So really, really interesting. I mean, you know, it's a great one. Money and materials this month. So your money and your materials is everything from your house to your car to the money you earn from your job, your finances, your bank account, all of that stuff. It can even represent your physical body. So your money and your materials. You get the Lover's card. Beautiful. So relying on your personal relationships, relying on, you know, all of that. Communication, really deciding to speak up in terms of your monetary life, or in terms of your, you know, your house, your car, all of that stuff. When you get the Lover's card, This is about blessed and sacred unions, but it's also about the choice to commit yourself to something. This month, I kind of feel like you're more in a space where you want to divert a lot more of your materials and your resources towards your relationships, but also towards your personal relationships. So for those of you that are partnered, this is about finding the time and the space and the resources to do something nice for yourself and your partner. This is about you saying, you know what, I'm going to give more to my relationship. I'm going to give more to, you know, more of my 50% in this relationship. I want to take us away. I want to, you know, take us for a nice meal or anything like that. I guess what I want to say to you is this month is the month for you to invest in your relationship. If you're coupled, this is the month to really invest financially, materially in your resources. For some of you as well, this looks like you moving in together. And also, when I see these two cards together, for some of you as well, you've already, this is for the people that are coupled, you already found a place, and whether it was a mortgage, whether it was rental or something fell through with it, so you weren't able to take the place that you wanted. But this month, for those of you that have lost out on what you thought was your dream property, something else comes together, and it's actually better than what you lost out on. You know, there's always a reason to everything. For those of you that are single in terms of your finances, this is just kind of saying be more loving and more open to you know, to spending on yourself, to looking after yourself materially. You know, I don't know if you've ever read that the meme that says, you know, take yourself on a date, do all of those nice things, you know, treat yourself as if you were dating yourself. And you know, that as well kind of opens the energy up to allow somebody else to do those things for you as well. So in your communications with the world at large, so this is, you know, your talking, your text messages, your conversations, your emails, social media, everything. You get that 8 of Swords. Interesting. This month is about having the experience of being silenced. I kind of feel like you know, there'll be this experience of, oh, I can't say that, or maybe I shouldn't say that, or maybe I shouldn't speak up. Interesting as well, because this is the second 8 that you've got that's popped up, and it's kind of, for me, this is a message now. So the number 8 in numerology is about business, it's about finance, it's about acquisition, it's about your contractual sort of stuff between you and another party. That could be your bank, it could be other people. It looks to me like you kind of feel silenced this month. It's almost like, oh, I can't say that, or I shouldn't say that. What you need to remember with the 8 of Swords is actually, by trusting your feelings, and more importantly by trusting your intellect, you can navigate any situation. What I want to say to you is, although you might be having the experience where you feel like you're forced to bite your tongue, this month I would bide my time over what I say. So think before you speak, definitely, and remind yourself that just because you know sometimes, one of my favourite lines that I've quoted since I was like 14. When I was 14, I used to say really pithy things to people, to, you know, because I was like, yeah, wow. And one of the lines that I heard one day, and I can't remember for the life of me where I heard it, but the line is, sometimes just knowing what you could say is enough. You don't actually have to say the words, because you're aware of what you could say and just how much just how much damage it could do. You know, sometimes it's better to just say, look, you know what, I'm gonna stay stum, I'm gonna keep this to myself, but just knowing what I could say to you is enough, and it gives you the strength and the power to walk away from something. But yeah, you know, so you've got the 8. 8 is also a number of balance. It's also it's got links to, you know, to legal things as well. It's about things coming fair or being settled for both parties, you know, in the way that it should be. And then finally, your heart and your half. Now, even though we've talked about your relationships, because we had the Lovers card, you know, the heart and half sector is basically your personal closest relationships. Boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife, you know, people that you spend a lot of time together with, that kind of thing. So this month you get the 8 of Wands. Now, isn't that amazing? So you've got 3 8s here. So this is a recurring message. 8 is, like I said, it's wealth, it's abundance, it's business, it's finance, it's acquisition, it's material acquisition through through interaction, through building bridges, through, you know, what's the word, through communications as well, effectively, through you know, making the right commitments. So you got the 8 of Wands in your heart and your half sector, and this is saying that this month, for those of you that are coupled, it kind of feels like you're separated this month. There's going to be a lot of messages going back and forward, lots of emails, lots of text messages, lots of FaceTime. Let's catch up when we can. I kind of feel like for those of you that are coupled this month, that's why the Lovers card has come in so strongly. It's about when you have those moments, when you have the resources to do something nice for you and your partner, where you can be together, where you can, I've got goosebumps at the moment, ooh, you know, where you can be together, where you can dedicate time to yourself. Absolutely do it, because it looks like this month it sees you guys separated, you know, at quite a distance for various reasons. For some people it will be business, for some people it will be work, for some people it will be personal family stuff. It just depends on your personal situation, but it looks like partners and couples this month are separated. So there's going to be lots of emails, text messages, like I said, all of that stuff going backwards and forwards. So when you have the time, when you have the resources, make it a priority to make your relationship a priority, and whatever it takes, whatever it costs you, utilize it, because it will bring you closer together. For those of you that are single, this is saying get out of the area that you know. If you want to find somebody, if you want to draw somebody into your life, it looks like that person is at a distance to you. This isn't somebody that you're going to find at the local supermarket or, you know, even in your town. This is somebody that you're going to find, you know, at a distance from you. For others, if you're single, look into, you know, internet dating, talk to people online, find, you know, ways of communicating with other people that takes you out of your day-to-day situation or understanding. So what's different this month is we are doing the weeks as well. So first week of September for you guys looks like the Wheel of Fortune. This is happenstances, this is luck, it's synchronicities, it's moments of spontaneous blessings. So the first week of September looks absolutely brilliant for you, and it also says that you get out of your rut. This will be the week where you really start to notice things start to move, things will start to, you know, and that kind of lines up with the astrology as well, you know, but this will be the week where you really start to see things change, where you really start to see things happen on a different level or a different scale. Really exciting. Yeah, it looks like your day-to-day stuff is about to go through a bit of a shake-up as well. Oh, okay. And the second week of the month, you get the Chariot card. So this looks like some sort of success. This looks like some sort of financial blessing as well, because the Chariot card represents success. It represents winning, you know, it represents some kind of gain, but it's usually some sort of gain that you've had to do the work for. And it looks like the 2nd of September sees you getting some kind of blessing, but it's some kind of blessing that you've put the work in, you've done the effort, and it's like, okay, now I just need to sit back and wait. Whatever you've been waiting for after effort's already put in, the 2nd week of September, you start to see some of the rewards from it. You start to see some of the gain come back, which is wonderful, you know, really, really wonderful. The 3rd week of September, you have the Hanged Man. Interesting, because it falls underneath the 8 of Swords. The 3rd week of September, I kind of feel pertains to both of these cards, and what it's saying to me is this is the 3rd week of September is the time for you to take a rest, be as spiritually minded as you possibly can, be in your feelings, observe what you're actually feeling, and just sit with it. When you do that, when you can really take the time to just sit with how you're feeling and observe it, not try to change it, not try to fix it, you know, don't do anything with it, just observe what it is, you start to come through with understanding. And once you've got the understanding, you get through to the wisdom. Once you get the wisdom, you start to evolve, you start to enlighten. So the 3rd week of September is going to see you quite deeply introspective, and it might even see you delving into, you know, whatever you perceive to be the spiritual arts or the spiritual pursuits of life. The 4th week of September, you have The Emperor. Okay, so this is really interesting, because if the Hanged Man were Pisces, which is the last sign, but it's also Neptune, the Emperor would be Aries. So it's like you've got the start of the zodiac and the end of the zodiac in the last 2 weeks, but you're having the experience backward. So the the fourth week of September kind of says that you'll be interacting with institutions. For some of you, it looks like you're deciding to study something spiritual. For some of you, it looks like you're deciding to make more of a commitment to your spirituality, and you will start to really put that into actual practice in the fourth week of September. So Libra, this is really exciting, because it means at some level you're already aware of this stuff, and it's like, okay, I do the everyday stuff really well, I do this, I'm here, I'm part of the world, I'm making things happen, but now I want to start to cultivate and take care of my spiritual self. And that's absolutely beautiful. And I say that because this card represents the institutions, so it's usually like schools, universities, police stations, all of that sort of stuff. But it also represents authority and commitment. And the Hanged Man there is the spiritual aspect. When you put these two cards together, especially underneath the Eight of Wands, which is it's a card of communications at a distance, but it's also about mentorship. This looks like you're really getting in touch with that energy this month, and it's like the last month of September, you're really starting to look into, I want to make some sort of headway, I want to do something practical, and I want to do something official in terms of my spirituality. For some of you, it will be finding a course that you can study. For some of you, it will be finding a mentor that you can study with or under. This is you getting really serious about your spiritual path and deciding to embark on it like never before. So finally, your key to the month of September, what you really need to know, or overall, is the Death card. So you get transformation this month. This is the month for you to really change things. This is the month for you to really transmute and transcend. It's really interesting, because Scorpio is the 8th sign of the zodiac, right? And you've got 8, 8 and 8. So there's the numerology, there's the links to Scorpio. Even though the Death card in Tarot is the number 13, simplify that in numerological terms, it gives you the Emperor. These are opposite ends of the spectrum, of the same spectrum, which is really interesting. So you get the Death card. So your key to the month is to remember that transmutation, transcendence, all of that stuff comes through a death of something. There's going to be something that you have to let go, something that you have to transmute or transcend or move past, or even decide to just let the fuck go. You need to do that in order to gain this spiritual wisdom, in order to gain this insight. It looks like a month of really deep personal change, and so much so that it comes through the guise of personal evolution. This is a really exciting month for you guys, actually. It looks like really great business links, lots of spiritual growth, lots of material manifestation. It's going to be a great month for you guys. I wish you an abundance of love, light, peace, prosperity and abundance itself. Have an amazing month, and I will see you very soon for more videos. Take care.